We are Kyle and Claudia Zimmerman. We serve in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, Argentina. We've been there for 14 years now, and presently are on furlough and are in Memphis, Tennessee, in my brother's home.
I think they should change furlough. There needs to be like another name to it, like crazy travel around and that one thing. I don't even know where the word furlough came from. You could be praying for us. We're traveling. It's been great. It was hard putting this itinerary together, and Kyle did a great job trying to figure out all the pieces, but it took so long to get the itinerary together that we didn't have as much time to really invest in trying to create new contacts, which is something that we really need. We're seeing and we're thankful for the supporters and churches that have partnered with us these 14 years, but there's a big need to continue networking and creating new contacts, because you can't, like, each church is maxed out, and some partners are retiring or some have passed away. And we're excited with those that started with us, but obviously 15 years of their life where we started and where they are today looks different. So I'm sure you guys have experienced a lot of that. It's just new for us. I think it's and so in some ways it feels like starting over and not having enough time to invest in that and maintain relationships that are already existing, especially with churches in so much transition, new pastors, new missions directors. And so we thank God we were able to go up north this time, and we noticed there is a big difference when you're not there. And we hadn't seen people for 4 years, and if we didn't see them that year, some we hadn't seen for 6.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was an important trip, and we're thankful for that. And so just pray for us, pray that the Lord would give us boldness and courage and excitement to share our ministry with new contacts, and that the Lord would open new doors. As far as Argentina, our church in Argentina flooded again terribly. This has been a headache since I've known La Misión. We've known La Misión now for, I don't know, we're married 22 years, and we met at La Misión, so we've known the church for 23 years. And this has been a problem for 23 years. And last year they spent a lot of money fixing it, and apparently it didn't fix it. So just the money guzzler that it is, and the headache, and the children's center needs to start, and the maintenance guy just went back to Venezuela. So just a lot of just logistical issues in the church, and Kyle's here and we're here, and I'll let him share those prayer requests as far as session, but just pray that we can resolve the roof issue. That's very practical prayer requests.
Yeah. I guess me going back on session has been it's been good. It's been very intense. Several different situations that have taken place have been the focus of my time since I've been back on session, and needless to say, it's been a lot of work. One, we had to let go of one of our pastoral people, and so that was intense. But now session was 8 people. We're rotating 3 off, and so we have 5 people on session for 4 congregations. And so we really need to raise up leadership, new session members to take on some of the burden of what it is. The session itself is also like they act as overseers, but as well as many of them preach and are practically assistant pastors in the different sites. And so you can pray for each of them in the sense that
Sorry. It sounds like someone's trying to break in, but it's my in-law's cat just like banging at the door.
And so, if you can pray just for leadership, we desperately need to train new leadership. And we're seeing the effects of that one pastor left. We asked, and so just pray for that. As well as our trip here, we just purchased about a few months ago, purchased a car for our son. And we were going to use it while we were here, but we began to drive it and it broke down the first day. Practically, we drove it, and it's been in and out of the mechanic and now we have to take it back to the mechanic. And so we're praying that will get resolved, so we can at least leave that car to him, or not, and sell it. So, I mean, from what we understand, it's a great car and it's running. It just has this little problem that they can't resolve, and it affects pretty much everything. It's one of the injectors that they're trying to figure out what's going on with it. And so just pray that we can resolve that quickly, that everything else seems to be great on the car. And so that needs to be resolved. Yeah.
And then one last thing for us is as well, we fly back to Argentina February 27th. And so it just feels like it's been a whirlwind trip. Like we're just getting used to somewhat being here. It's good not to get used to being here when you have to go back. So I understand that. But just pray for us as a family, for our children, Abby and Sarah. We've been visiting colleges. So that's been exciting, but it's caused some more anxiety on the girls to worry about grades and the future and all the empty nesting feels over here. Pal's kind of excited about the next phase, but I'm just kind of sad to leave Isaiah and dreading what that will look like with the girls as well. But anyways, this could get long, so it's probably good. I think we gave enough for now. We know that we need to raise about $1,500 per month. And so, if not, we'll have to reduce some of the stuff that we're doing. And so just pray that is possible. The Lord would provide for that. He's always been faithful in the past, and no reason to believe that he won't be now. So just continue to pray for us and that as well.